See, I said before, this is a Vice video, deported from the United States for selling weed to a friend. And she's an American Becky, and she's got some brown skinned Jamaican dude who was an immigrant and he was deported. She had a baby with this guy, and she's trying to soften the story, but the real story is like selling weed to a friend. No, people found his guy's story out. See, when you are an immigrant, you have to um, abide by the laws of the country that you're trying to immigrate to. Okay? It's just that simple. It doesn't matter. If I was trying to immigrate to, where would I go? Where would I go? I don't know. Where would I go? Let's say Thailand, right? And we already know Thailand's really strict stance on drugs, right? I think at one time Thailand had the death penalty for drugs, man. I know the Philippines, when you go to their website, it says the death penalty for dealing drugs. Now, we as Americans, we don't have to understand this. If you want to be in their country, you follow the rules or the firing squad. It's just that simple, right? So she has a relationship, a baby with this dude, and somebody correctly pointed out his record, his real record. She's trying to lie on the internet. His real record was he was a weed dealer, and he deposited $10,000 in the bank. That's an automatic IRS trigger, and he already had a history of this in America, and they deported his ass back to Jamaica. And so this goes right back to what I'm saying, how even with these Beckies, it's not just Black American Keisha that loves these Pookies. It's a lot of these Beckies in America. They love Pookie Pee Pee. They love that shit, man. They love that shit, right? Even in my area, there's a whole bunch of these Beckies that just go for Jamaican dudes, and most of them are overweight Beckies. See, Jamaican dudes are the Negro of last resort, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that they can't get American black men. Overweight or below average in the looks department, Beckies, they always put their flags near a black man. I claim you, black man, right? It's the truth. The overweight Beckies or the basic looking Beckies like her, they always plant their flag right next to a black man. I claim you, black man, take me. Right? And they, it is what it is. It's not just American Keisha with their love of Pookie. These white women, they love Pookie too. And you see a lot of these busted Hispanic women, they be getting with Pook Nug too. Pook Nug out here, I I left a comment. I said, Pook Nug is out here winning hearts and minds. It's the truth, man. It's the truth. So she's trying to spin this yarn, but the real story is her little Jamaican Pookie was a drug dealer, and he was trying to become a citizen, and that is a no-no. It doesn't matter what country you're trying to go to. You have to follow their laws. You have to follow their laws. And now she has a half and half black child, if whatever word you want to call it, and a mixed breed child who doesn't have his father, And here we have another broken home and another broken child. And I typed this somewhere else that a lot of these white fathers need to start disowning their daughters because this is wrong. And white men need to take a stance against their daughters that do not value their wombs. And I also do not think it is racist for a white father to want his grandchild to be white. That's not racism. I don't care what anybody says. It's not racism. See? It's one thing for the racist to cross over to have a little bit of fun, but to me, I am just open and honest with it. I don't like any of my peoples messing around with white people. I don't like that. It is slowly creeping in my family. I have another niece that is getting married to a white man, and I don't like it. We don't belong together. We don't belong together because we're not the same people. We don't belong together because if you ask, a lot of our people, I don't want to be too long with this. I was just thinking about this when I was talking about the other video when I was talking about the white liberals. A lot of white people will tell you that I don't see color. If you don't see color, Becky, how come you only date black guys? But you don't see color. I'm colorblind. Okay, so how come you only date black guys if you're colorblind? I call bullshit on that, right? You love black people, right? Do you love us just for our sexual organs or do you support our struggle? That's almost like me marrying a Palestinian woman. I love Palestinians, but then when it's time to talk about their struggle, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to lose my job. I don't want to lose my business colleagues. I don't. So do I love her organs, or do I love her and her people? Right. So a lot of our people confuse romantic love with love, real love, and so people like my niece who's about to marry this white guy. I don't know him. I really don't care to know him. Um, my attitude is ask him what does he feel about reparations, and he will say, like the vast majority of them, no, no, no. Of course not. See, these white people that our people love so much, they don't have a problem with America giving Israel billions of dollars a year forever. You want to know why? Because those Israelis are white people. Yes. I didn't even know that it is illegal to do DNA tests in Israel. I saw the video this year. I said, really? I did not know that. And you want to know what's interesting? An Israeli man went to figure out why. He gave himself a DNA test. And you know where he came from? He came from Europe. His people came from Europe. So these are white people. And your average white person doesn't care that the United States is giving Israel all this money. Your average white person doesn't care that the United States is giving all these money to Ukraine. Your average white person didn't bat an eye when Joe Biden said that he would give Ukraine 10 more years of money and weapons and all this other shit. But the minute you tell your white spouse that, why don't we give reparations for black people? Oh, I don't believe that you deserve it. Oh, really? So do you love me, my people, our struggle, or do you just love my sex organs? So this is the reason why. That's one of the reasons why. There's a lot of other reasons why. Crystalline Carrison already said in her video that she would try to talk to her white husband about black issues, and he was never interested. So why are you marrying these people if they don't care about your struggle? They don't want to talk about your struggle. They don't want to talk about these things. They don't care about these things. So why would you marry somebody that doesn't care about your problems? Why? Why? That's my spiel for today. I think more white fathers need to disown their daughters because a lot of them love Pookie too. It is what it is. And it's a goddamn disgrace that she's raising a child that doesn't have his father, and he will not be allowed to come back to America because he's a fucking Pookie.